Shalom, everyone, to Living with the Times. I hope everyone had a purifying, cleansing, inspirational Yom Kippur. And now we're on our way to Sukkot. There's a question that's asked in the service of the Kohen Gadol, the high priest, on Yom Kippur. One of the climactic moments is when he goes into the Holy of Holies with incense. And the smoke, the cloud of incense, fills the Holy of Holies. And this is a once a year part of the service in the temple. So everyone asks rhetorically, what happens to all of that smoke? Does it just dissipate? Symbolically, it's such a climatic moment. What happens to it? So one of the answers is that the cloud of smoke in the Holy of Holies becomes the schach of Sukkot, the upper covering called schach of the Sukkot. So this is a beautiful image. In other words, it's not lost. It's just transmuted into the holiday of Sukkot. A similar question is asked about what happens, what's the result of the 100 blasts of shofar on Rosh Hashanah? What remains of it? So in a beautiful numerical gem, 100 equals this word for the upper covering of the Sukkot, schach, equals 100. So the same idea that the 100 blasts of the shofar are transmuted into the holiday of Sukkot, into the covering over our Sukkot. Both of these ideas are emphasizing that Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur are called the Aseret Yemei Tshuva. And some people think when it ends, that's it for tshuva, we're done. And now there happens to be 5 days later another holiday called Sukkot. But all of our teachings tell us this is not correct, that Sukkot is a continuation of the process of tshuva. But during the Aseret Yemei Tshuva, the 10 days of repentance, the tshuva is what's called tshuva megira, from a sense of we'll call it fear, but it's respect of God and awe of God. The days of awe, Yamim HaNoraim. And the days of Sukkot are called doing tshuva from love, from ahava. And one way we can see this is that there are 22 days between Rosh Hashanah and Simchat Torah. And this is like saying from A to Z, from Aleph ad Taf, because there are 22 Hebrew letters. So from Rosh Hashanah through Simchat Torah is one flow. It is one energy. And that's the secret of why we don't start the Torah again right after Rosh Hashanah. We might think it's a new year. We should start the Torah again from Bereshit. No, we wait till after Simchat Torah because the process from Rosh Hashanah through Simchat Torah is one continual process. And so the 100 blasts of the shofar, and especially the cloud of incense, turns into what's called, the schach is called the clouds of glory. Just like during the 40 years in the desert, we were accompanied by clouds of glory. So these are transmuted every year into our sukkah. And another image of the covering of the sukkah is the wings of the Shekhinah, as if the Shekhinah is hovering over us, protecting us, and granting us the vision of God's presence in the sukkah. So there's a beautiful minhag from Babov, where the Babov Rebbe used to collect birds. and he would display 91 birds in his sukkah. 91 is the gematria of the word sukkah. And so this emphasizes this idea of the Shekhinah hovering over us and protecting us. And it even says in the Torah that God took us out of Egypt on eagle's wings. So I want to bless everyone to fly this Sukkot to the highest depths, and may we know just joy and feel God's protection.